How's it going? How's it going? This is Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dot himself, doing another one of my live webinars in regards to, we're ready in time to start your own tax business. Um, like I mentioned before, I'm going to be doing this probably for the next couple of weeks. Try to get as much exposure and much information out as possible to let everybody know about the tax preparation business. I have an upcoming course coming up, but what I want to do is just kind of give a live webinar to share my story because I'm a 20-year veteran of the tax preparation business. Also, let you know things you need to get started in the tax preparation business, and then give you an idea of the potential earnings you can make in the tax preparation business. Again, I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. I'm a serial entrepreneur, also accountant by profession. Also have a business service firm where we do bookkeeping, tax prep, payroll, consulting, pretty much a one-stop shop for small businesses. We've been in business uh, almost 20 years right now, and been in the tax business just as long. And that's why I just wanted to give this free webinar to anyone to that's interested in getting started in the tax preparation industry. Again, to give you some background information in regards to the industry and the business and everything. Feel free if you're anyone there to chat. I'm streaming live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. If you're in one of the platforms, if you got a quick answer, feel free to ask me. If it's more of a long, drawn out question, anything like that, I'll open the Q&As at the end of the webinar. So if you know it's gonna be a long question or anything, just hold it till the end. But if it's a quick question, feel free to ask me during the chat with everything. Okay, now again, the webinar today we're discussing, you ready to start your own tax preparation industry. Just to give you a little background information on me. Again, I'm Deonte Burden, accountant by profession, serial entrepreneur. I own different businesses, being the tax business, my business service firm. I own salons, I own a commercial cleaning company. I'm also a professional speaker. I also have two YouTube channels, Changing Lives, hosted by me, Deonte Burden, where we talk about motivation, personal development, and professional development, and my financial YouTube, which is Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, real estate investing. And just to kind of, give a brief history of me in particular, I got started in tax preparation back in 2000, right? That was one of my first business. My very first business was resume company, Majestic Resume Company. I know something about me and the word majestic kind of sticks, but I opened up Majestic Tax Service back in 2000. That was when we first got started in taxes. I had a pretty decent mentor that kind of brought me along to let me know about the industry, some of the ups and downs and everything. But when I started it, when me and my wife started the business, um, we both still had jobs. So we kind of looked at it like a little supplemental income thing. It was nothing we looked at doing, independently. I thought about buying a franchise at that particular time and doing it. It was a funny story in regards to why I didn't buy the franchise, because my thing was, if I turn around, I'm glad I had that kind of foresight back then. Nothing a little differently now because I'm a lot more established. But my thing was, if I turn around and give a person, to buy that franchise at that particular time and give them 25% of my revenue, I think I've been great that first year. But by that second, third, or fourth year, once I've been grinding and grew my book of business, I don't know if I've been so inclined to share a quarter of my revenue just to be a part of something. Whereas if I just hung in there, maybe by year 4 or 5, I could be at comparable wages if I had just got my own franchise. And for some strange reason, that's how it turned out. But like I said, back in 2000, we started Majestic Tax Service, which evolved to Majestic Business Services when we started doing the bookkeeping, tax prep, and payroll. That was back in '03. When those first couple of years, like, we were just doing taxes out of our dining room / kitchen. We were a young couple, had a starter home, and we're not talking about social media or anything like that was going on. I was going to the different malls and shopping centers, making copies, sticking flyers on people's doors, going all through different subdivisions, putting flyers in folks' mailboxes and everything. And then the opportunity I got to just, sell myself, I did, and that's just how we just grew the business. And I think just probably that those first 4 or 5 years, we built it up. And like I said, in addition, we had regular 9 to 5 jobs. We was at working every day, and nothing was automated, so we would try to do the taxes, and it was like you do people's taxes, you kind of maybe wait till they get a refund, get the money back, then eventually got on with a couple banks. So we kind of grew as tax preparers, tax business owners with it and everything, because we didn't have all the proper systems in place. Again, you didn't have social media, you didn't have the actual marketing and advertising exposure you have now. I mean, because only thing you could actually do was print flyers, hand out stuff, pay for radio and TV ads, but those prices were astronomical back then. So it was just, you really, if you couldn't afford to pay for the advertising, you just kind of out of luck. But we kept grinding, grinding, and then like I said, I was doing that out of the kitchen. I hadn't even got a formal office. But then back in 2007, it's a brother named Rob Wilson. Rob was very, very instrumental in the growth that we had in our business. Rob was a DJ, a radio ad host on WLK, which is sister station of V103. At the time, it was the largest urban radio station in the city of Atlanta. And ALK was like the gospel sister station. They was all in the same building and everything. But Rob had a business network, and all of a sudden he was just, you could pay Rob a fee or pay ALK, whoever it was, a fee, and he had all those small black businesses. We got an opportunity to actually use that platform to kind of expose our business. And then one day he invited me down for an hour interview for my business on ALK. And I think they probably had like this round by rush hour, 11 to 12 o'clock. I think his show was like 11 to 2. And when I got a chance to go there, I think they probably had like maybe a couple million people, listeners, during that rush hour time. And I nailed it. I nailed that interview. I nailed it. I mean, everything, I had no formal training in radio, speaking, anything like that, but I nailed it. I had formal training in being broke, and I just let all the energy come out and everything, but I nailed it. And coincidentally, what that happened was I got slammed with probably 200 or 300 clients that week. And we just went from, working regular jobs to having this side business, tax business, to, okay, well, now we got a full-fledged tax business going on right now. And the funny thing about it, we still was doing everything in the house. So you got people, I'm sounding all, Mr. Majestic, and everything sounding all huge and everything. When people come to our house, and like I said, this is back in 07, 08, people come to the house, they're looking around like, where's the tax business at? And like I said, I didn't have an office in the house. I was doing the tax at the kitchen table. I didn't care and everything. And people came in that didn't know where we did the tax was not a reflection of the services. So again, we, from that point, we just grew and grew and grew. We took care of our customers. The customers, were appreciative of everything. And eventually that next year, say back in probably 08, beginning 09, that's when I got, our office where we at now. Our main office right there in Riverdale off Highway 85. We've been there, like I said, since I think the end of 2008. From that point, man, it's just been history and stuff. And we've grown the business, tremendously over the years. I've had other offices and everything. Business has been great. I've scaled back a lot, with the businesses, more so because my children got older. And, again, I've been working more on the business, studying the business and everything. My staff has kind of expanded, so I have more people working for me than it was just me doing everything then. But, that's why I wanted to kind of initially just bring this whole course out to kind of let people know that you don't have to be a brain surgeon to do this. You just need to be very good, with taking care of people. Again, I have a pretty decent work ethic, and I think that's benefited me a lot over the years. But really, I can't say you have to be too intuitive to be successful in this business. But again, that was back in 08. We got that 08, 09. We got that office building. And like I said, now we fast forward to 2020, we're offering way more services right now than we did before, doing a whole lot more consulting work, doing the business in corporations, the bookkeeping, the payroll and stuff. All that stuff spun out of just that initial tax business. And I can tell you right now, there's a lot of things that you can do once you get started in this business. Even we're talking about offering loan products, insurance products, tons of different things you can do right now. if you were to start your business up, you don't have to be limited to just doing taxes and everything. But because when you get that customer base and people trusting you and taking care of those people, there are other things you can offer to them for you to, make you just additional revenue streams with being in the business. Okay, now that's a little brief history about me. Now I just want to give you guys an idea of what you need to do to get started in the tax preparation industry. One thing I do want to tell you guys is on the link to the videos is our email list, and then let's go to a click for an ad and go to be on our email list. Please, 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 whatever you're doing, I'm going to reiterate a couple more times during the live feed. Please make sure you put your information on the email list. We want to make sure that we give you all the information, even to let you know when we are having the course if you want to start your own tax business, but also mainly to keep you updated with all the things and services that we have providing with Majestic Business Services, and also with Mr. Short Dollar. That being, free information. We give out free budgeting information. We give out free business information. We have a newsletter. We have different shows come up with Mr. Short Dollar. We have some. Well, we have the Dollar Hour, which comes out 2 or 3 times a month. That's an hour-long show every other Thursday at 8 p.m. I have live interviews with different other professionals and everything. So make sure you join that email list so we can keep you abreast of the different services and products and events that we got going on here at Majestic Business Service, and also with Mr. Short Dollar. Okay, now we're at part 2, where we want to talk about what you need to get started in tax business. I'm going to break this down in 3 parts, okay? The first thing you need to do if you want to get started in tax preparation business, you need to get kind of versed with tax law. Now, do you need to be a tax attorney? Do you need to be a CPA? No, you just need to be well versed with the information that you need to know to do what you need to do. Here's the deal. I don't want to overcomplicate this for anyone, but if you know when you go into any attorney's office and you go into any doctor's office, what do you see all around the walls? Tons of books, right? And let you know the attorney doesn't know everything, or the doctor doesn't know everything. Here's the deal. You don't have to be an expert in taxes. I say again, you don't have to be an expert in taxes. You just need to be an expert in knowing where to find the information that you need, okay? Because again, you have all these different, tax laws and different situations when you're doing people's taxes. You don't have to know everything, okay? You don't have to do that. You just need to have a great understanding of when you hear certain words and certain things, and knowing what is associated with, where you need to do your search to find that particular item. Okay, that's the most important thing. Not knowing everything, just knowing where to look for what you need to do. Okay, we start talking about just being versed with basic tax law, just knowing which deductions, being versed with common deductions, common tax credits, being versed with the different filing statuses: single, head of household, married filing separate. Understanding due diligence for tax preparer. Due diligence is the actual guidelines and the rules that all tax preparers have to abide by. That being, when you're doing certain taxes, what rules to do, ethics codes and everything like that, security measures, because you are getting people's personal information. You got to have certain security systems set up because of you have people hacking and everything like that. So all this stuff has to be set up, and that's part of have the proper due diligence, and also, being familiar with Circular 230, which is also just the IRS guidebook in regards to the rules that all tax preparers had to abide by of doing that. Also, be versed with all the due dates. The common day we all familiar with, April 15th, that's tax deadline day, but also knowing the different deadlines for the corporations, the C corps, the S corps, and everything. Just being familiar with those actual due dates. We have the extension not just for individuals, extension for small businesses, for corporations. Just being versed with those. Okay. The next thing is, when you're start doing the tax preparation, have some kind of understanding of your basic tax preparation forms. There are hundreds of different tax preparation forms, but I would say probably 80% or 90% of them are going to be the same ones that most individuals are going to file. People are going to have different things coming to the table in regards to, being property owners, wills and trusts like that. But for the most part, most people are going to use your basic 1040 form. So just being versed with your basic 1040 form, knowing different forms for individual being 1040, 1120 for your C corporations, 1120S for your S corps, 1065 for your partnerships. And that's spinning off knowing the different schedules we're throwing in there. You know, you have schedule A if you're itemized, and schedule C if you have a small business, sole proprietorship, schedule D for your capital gains, E for your rental property or other supplemental income. Just having those kind of basic information on the those forms and stuff. It's nothing difficult, and it may seem overwhelmed with me just talking about it. But keep in mind, I'm talking over 20 years of experience. Uh, and I know even with some of the software they have out right now, stuff you have your TurboTax and all that stuff, and ask these questions. The issue will coming up when you ask they ask you these questions, you fill it out, you're just answering a question, you don't know where it's going. So you do need to get yourself in a situation where you get versed with the different forms and everything. And I would recommend if you're going to get into the business, you actually find some little school or training course to get you familiarized with the different forms. Also, another thing we started doing the preparation process, you want to ask your client when they come in, can you see their prior year returns? You want to see their prior year returns because a couple things. First thing, you want to make sure that there are anything that they have that you have to apply to the year you're finna do, that being like a loss from the previous year. If they had rental properties and things, you have to set up depreciation schedules from a previous year. You want to look for that. The second thing is you want to kind of skim over to see if there's any kind of errors or omissions, anything that they may have missed, something that they put in incorrectly and everything. You want to ask them so you can see that. We've had that happen a lot where we have people come in, new clients, and they bring in the previous year return. You do a quick skim over to look over and like, hey, this isn't right. From the information you gave me, you look back over it, it was incorrect. Majority of the time, it is right. I don't like talking about other preparers' business, but that's nothing uncommon to run across information like this. So you always want to get that previous year return to check for those error omissions, and also to kind of set up those schedules if it's anything that's going to be forwarded for the return that you're going to be doing. Also, you want to have some kind of intake form set up. Intake form where when they come into your office to get their taxes done, you get the name, social address and all that, but also get kind of like their needs. They got kids. Do they need insurance? Do they need legal help or anything like that? Not all the time. Okay, I appreciate that, Sam. Not that all the time that you're always going to be selling these products or not, but you can be partnering with different other businesses that are out there and everything, because you don't have to actually sell insurance, but you can have a partnership with a life insurance firm down the street or something like that. And then from that point, they can give you a referral fee or affiliate fee where, you guys are, you're sending him legal clients and somebody insurance clients, and they're doing the same thing you with the tax business and everything. And we'll go over that with my course and everything as far as, cross marketing and bartering services and everything with doing that. But that's why you want to have the intake form, so you get as much information from them as possible. So again, you can make a follow up with them later on, just in regard to other needs they may have, because you're not just doing their taxes, you're actually forming a relationship. Okay, always keep that in mind. That's one of the biggest things that hurt businesses. Again, people don't focus on that relationship, but we'll get on that. We'll speak on that later on during this feed. The third thing that you need to do as far as getting started with the tax preparation industry is concentrate on your systems. Concentrate on your system. What do I mean by your system? Let's talk about like the system in terms of just persons coming into your tax office. You need to have some kind of system set up from the moment a person walks in your door, sits down, go to the preparer's desk, getting their taxes done, receive their taxes, leave out the door, and how do you follow up with them before then. You got to have a system set up for all of that. You can't just look at it like, okay, we got to come in, people do your taxes, you send them on their merry way. You got to have a system set up, as far as who's getting what. If you got a person making copies, you got a person skimming over everything, you got a person, taking some of that information from the intake forms, adding that stuff into a database and everything. Because remember, you have only 2 hands and 2 legs. So you got to kind of segregate different tasks and different duties to different people, or have everything set up in a certain way, that you can follow back up and take care of certain things later. So you got to have those systems in place to do that. Also, You gotta get seasonal systems. When I'm talking about seasonal systems, we're talking about just that marketing, knowing, how you gonna put your promotions and advertisement out, preseason of tax preseason tax season, how you gonna do your marketing promotions during tax season, how you gonna do your marketing promotions after tax season. Here's the deal. What people have to understand is we see tax season all the time. You see everybody posting it. You can get $6,000 here. Give me, if you have 2 kids, I can get you back this and that. Listen, that is not going to keep you in business. You know what they're going to do? They're going to keep you busy. You're going to do a couple people's taxes, but you'll never get no kind of sustained growth. Okay? We always got to remember the 2 R's: referrals and retention. Referrals and retention. Always remember the 2 R's. When people come to you, you got to take care of them so well that they're always going to, they're going to remember you so much. They're going to keep coming to you every year. You're going to retain them. And also, they're going to start sending their family members to you. I try to keep in respect with all my clients. And, I have clients that I've had from the get-go, 20 years. I have tons of them. And I've actually had them, the children. Now you got some of the grandkids working now. You have to form, what I look at it as like a tribe where people just trust Deonte or trust Joe Blow so much. They're going to constantly give stuff to you. You have blind influence. They do what you say. And it's not a bad thing. You're taking advantage of it. But you want to make sure that you're creating that relationship to be so great that these people trust you to give this kind of stuff to you. And you see all the time people, when you put these posts up about, come get your taxes done, I can get you this kind of money. That's not going to get you any kind of retention or referrals, right? You'll get people come to you, you'll do their taxes and everything, and that's going to be it. Because everybody's doing the same thing, right? If everybody's offering the same thing, I can get you $6,000, they post a picture, what kind of refunds you're going to get. Everybody get big refunds. The way you're going to get your customers, the way you're going to keep making your customers grow, you're going to have to keep building relationships all year long. And I'm going to go through all this stuff in the course in regards to how to acquire customers, how to retain customers, and how to make customers bring more and more and more clients back to you. Okay. The third part about systems is just the hiring, knowing, how to get the right people, how to train them, bring them in, show them your way of doing things, teach them your system and everything, how the security measures set up for the people that you're hiring. One thing about this business, everybody wants to do tax, and once they get in, they learn your system. They figure this is pretty easy or whatever, but it's what? Your system. And then they want to leave and start your own system, how to set those non-disclosure agreements up, just to make sure people don't leave you and try to take your stuff and take your clients with them and everything. Also knowing, the limitations of your firm. If you only have a 1-man, 2-man, 5-man, 30-man firm, what you can and can't do, the skill sets of your people, what's your strengths, what's your weaknesses, what you don't need to waste time doing, how you need to outsource. If you got to get some freelance contractors to come in and do some work for you, how to sit there and do that. I'm a firm believer in not wasting time trying to do things that you're not good at, and everything. Johnny, there's no class date set. Right now, we're just doing the promos for it and everything. We're going to have everything rolling out probably the next couple of weeks as far as with the course, but no data set right now. Again, if you're in the chat on the live stream, feel free to ask any questions. If you have any drawing out questions, that's fine, but just hold them to, we'll do the Q&A at the end of the webinar. But if it's just a quick question, feel free to chime in and ask me anything now. Again, when I was just talking about with the outsourcing, I'm a big fan of Upworks and Fiverr. Things that I know I can't do, things I'm not good at, I'm not going to waste time doing it. I suggest anyone that's not good with trying to do something, the business owner, again, we go back to the rule, we work on the business, not in the business. Don't waste time trying to do stuff you're not good with because you're trying to save $1 and everything. And again, this is the things that I'm going to go over with you in the course to teach you how to hire, pick the right people, and when not to outsource certain tasks. And when, you need to focus on putting a little bit more time and money into training your people, okay? The third thing that I want to talk about, we talk about the 3 things we're talking about, the third thing, is the potential earnings, okay? Before I get into the potential earnings, again, please hit the email list, sign up to put your contact information on there. Where you see it at, just make sure you hit on it, fill your information out so we can get your contact information. Not just necessarily, again, to, be enrolled in the course or get the information about the course, but just stay updated with the information we're putting out from Majestic Business Services, from Mr. Short Dollar and everything. We got a lot of good information, the newsletters, We got different products, free information, personal finance, business, entrepreneur information coming down the pike all the time. You guys know I have 2 YouTube channels. I'm constantly putting out free, great information, you guys. So make sure you put your contact information on the link. Hit on it, submit everything, so we'll have all you guys' information, so we can constantly keep you updated of all the new stuff and all the stuff we currently have on, on deck. Okay. Here's the third thing we're gonna go into. In regards to the webinar is how much money you can make. Okay, and this is the thing I think will catch a lot of people's attention because they see all these people saying, "Well, I'm paying the tax man this, and he doing these people stuff, and they just putting the stuff in the computer. You can make a lot of money." And I'm gonna say this from the beginning. Do you got potential to make a lot of money doing taxes? Absolutely, you can make 6 figures your first year if you scale right. Is that realistic? We're doing it? Not really. For the simple fact, you got to actually go out there and build your book of business. But I can tell you on the low end, I think you can potentially make at least $10,000 extra over those 4 months we're doing it. You may not, and I think that's a realistic number to look at, making around about 10 grand with doing it. But you have potential to make $100,000. I definitely say you can make $100,000 doing it by your third year in business. Definitely, if you actually scaling everything right and got the proper systems in place. And this is not, again, a lot of it had to do with the commitment level you have to it. Now, if you're working a job, you're doing it on the side, you got to be realistic about the time you're putting into it in regards to working on your craft, acquiring customers and everything like that. But if you're going full throttle, and yeah, you can make it, you have potential to make a lot of money. And I'm just saying that number in regards to just one person doing it. We're not even talking about you have extra staff actually looking at their numbers. But I will tell you, the first thing I want to look at, just like any other business, you got to look at your pricing and your costs. Your cost being actually, what you got to pay your people, what you're paying for overhead, what you're paying for supplies, software, and everything like that. Making sure that you're looking at, can you charge prices to cover your costs? Can you charge prices to make you happy and everything? I'm just be straight up with you. I'm not the $50, $100 tax man. I'm not that. I'm not a premium price person, but I'm definitely not cheap. One of the first questions that majority of people call you, especially new callers when they find you on Google and stuff, how much you charge. That's one of the things kind of stepped me back because again, I look at it like this. You're going to give me your name, your social, your bank information, probably your child's name, social, and your address. Do you really want the cheapest person you can find? Because if you find the cheapest person out there, you're going to get a person that doesn't have, all the security measures. They might be getting hacked. They may be getting, doing unethical stuff or maybe sharing your social security stuff information. But, you gave them $50 or $100 and everything like that. What would you expect? So you can't, again, I wouldn't be looking like having this, issue of great quality in relation to, I didn't pay them anything because number one, for you to get those proper security measures in, for you to get the people that's properly trained, you got to pay for it. And if they're not charging anything for it, best believe they don't have that. So again, don't look at it so much in regards to, and again, we're talking about people want to start their own tax business. And when you look at it and having these conversations with people, you can't really waste time trying to persuade someone, that, hey, doesn't see the value and paying for it, because they're not just paying for you to do their taxes, they're paying for their they're paying for you prepare their taxes, they're paying for the quality of service, they're also paying the protection of the information as well. And if a person can't see that, you really don't want to waste too much time trying to explain that to them, okay? But it also comes down to knowing your value. If you're going to invest in yourself to learn your craft and train your people, get all kind of different certifications, get all kind of education, you can put a dollar price on that. And you should, and then once you really believe that, that's true, you're not going to compromise it at all. Okay. So you have to be realistic about, the actual money that you're charging and making sure that the people that don't want to pay it or they think that's too much, just don't deal with them. Because you can't survive being the cheapest that it is. Let's go to, a couple examples in regards to, just say if you want to go to our example, we're going to talk about just building up to making $100,000 in a tax season. We're going to stretch it out over 5 months, right? So we start from January to May, or just say February to June. We're doing it because again, you're still going to get, and you're not the deadline. You're still going to get an abundance of people still coming in. A lot of these small business owners, people you may put extensions in for and everything like that. So tax season usually not just 4 months, usually 5 to 6 months. We're doing it. You got your peak times being February, and right in April. But we're doing it. But you'll stay busy if you've done the proper marketing. So let's say, for easy math purposes, we're going to go to, on our initial thing where we just say your basic price. So you're doing a basic 1040 return. And, I think market, nationwide is probably like $300-400, but we'll just say $300. If you're a $100 tax person, that means you got to do 3 times the work, 3 times the work for one person to charge the market $300. All right. And if you're charging $300, you just got to find one person. But the person charging $100 just got to find 3 people. That's your decision. You figure out what's easiest for you to do. I know I think it's easier for me to find one person than it is for me to find 3. Okay. And plus, I ain't trying to do 3 times the work to equal what one person can do. Okay. But let's go with this easy math. So if you sit there and back out and you have a goal saying, look, I want to make $100,000 this tax season, right? And we're going to do everything from January to May. So I already know right then and there what I got to make at least 20 grand a month. Okay, so I got to make 20 grand a month. 4 weeks in each month. I got to sit here and say to myself that for that amount, I'm about to lose track of my thought with my math. with that, 20 grand a month. 4 months are they 4 weeks in each month. I got to make 5 grand each week, right? So I'm sitting here saying to myself that 5 grand each month, right? If I got to make $20 a month, I got to make Lord, I'm about to lose track of my math. Don't laugh at me. Making $100,000, $20,000 a month. I mean, I got to make 5 grand each week, right? Making 5 grand each week. That ain't difficult, right? Why is it not difficult to make 5 grand each week? Because if I'm open 5 days a week, that means I just got to make what? $1,000 a day. Again, $100,000 over the tax season. I got to make $20,000 a month. That means I got to make $5,000 a week in revenue. Why is that easy? Because I just got to make $1,000 a day and working 5 days a week because I'm charging $300. That means I just have to do 3.5 people a day, 3.5 people a day to make that $1,000. I made my $5,000 for the week. I made my $20,000 for the month. I made my $100,000 for the tax season. Is it going to be that easy to do that initially? Absolutely not. But if you build on it and stuff and everything, again, that's great. You can easily make, I say that 10, 20, 30, 40 grand. If you are hitting it and hitting it hard from a marketing and year-long standpoint, absolutely you make $100,000 in them 4 or 5 months. Absolutely you can do that. But again, now let's kind of put that in perspective. If you're the $100 person doing that, you got to double 3 times that. 3 times that. You can do 3 people make $1,000 in one day. 3 people and make $1,000 a day. That's almost 9 to 10 people that you got to do if you charge 100. Well, it is 10 people you got to tax you have to do a day, 10 a day to just equal that. So that's why you got to understand. You got to be at market and feel confident in yourself, and don't look at it in terms of people saying, "Well, listen, you're new, and you have to charge these market entry prices and be the cheapest person." Understand this very clearly. If you start off as a cheap person, people are always going to see you as a cheap person. No matter how much you advance, no matter how much skills you get during the process, people always see you as a cheap person. You can sit here and say, well, look, we've been in business these couple of years. We feel like we should charge this. No, they came to you originally. Why? Because you're the cheapest. No matter the quality or whatever. And that's any business. So if you start off as a cheap person, always remember you're going to be regarded as a cheap person. So you got to be confident in your prices. If business is slow and everything like that, don't worry about it. Put a little bit more money in advertising. Put the pedal to the metal, grind a little bit hard to get more people. Rome wasn't built in one day, and your business is not going to be, a success overnight. You got to work hard. You got to dream big. You got to just keep, being, disciplined and diligent in what you're doing, and everything will fall into place for you. Okay. Again, just make sure, again, when you said that I gave that potential $100,000, with the $20,000 a month, $5,000 a week, $1,000 a day. I gave that quick example to you. You can play with your numbers. You can play with your numbers, work backwards, because honestly, the actual commitment you can give to everything in regards to your business and everything. So if you can't, you only can work, 30% of the time, 50% of the time because you have a job. In addition to that, just scale your numbers back. I'm a big numbers guy. So I'm always writing down calculations and formulas and everything. So you work backwards from the goal of what you want to have and everything. I think it'd be pretty simple and everything. But you can easily, just how we broke down $100,000 down over 5 months, you can easily turn that into $20,000 and what you need to do over that time span to get those numbers, okay? And that's it. Keeping in mind, going back, we talked about employees, that's what one person doing it, right? What if you got two people or another person working with you, or three of y'all? You see what kind of money you can make now? We're talking about three people can generate $300,000 pulling in those kind of numbers. Again, three people a day, excuse me, 5 days a week can make you $100,000. If you got three people doing that, 300 grand. So the potential is limitless, but it all comes down to, I don't want to just throw out fake dreams. It all comes down to the level of commitment you guys commit to advertising, growing, referrals and retention, that marketing, building that tribe, building that family, building that trust and everything. All that has to come into play. It's not going to just be come see your boy, come see your girl at tax season. You know, I can get you this, I can get you that, and everything like that. It'll keep you busy for a while, but they ain't gonna have no sustained income or anything like that. And if anyone tell you they doing it, they're lying. I've been in this business too long, and I know how it works. Like I said, you'll be busy for a little bit, but everybody got the same story. The relationships are going to outweigh everything. And we go through that during the course to explain all that to you in regards to how to meet people, form a relationship, different systems you can set in place to acquire new customers, retain your customers, and also make your customers what? Bring you more customers in. Because we always know what? It's much cheaper to keep people and have them bring people in than you just freshly trying to get new customers. Way more cheaper. So just take care of your folks, nourish your family environment with them and everything, and you'll be a-okay with that. Trust me. Like I said, we're working doing grandkids taxes right now. Okay, we've been that long. We've done spanned over a couple generations. So I'm telling you, it's all about relationships, taking care of people, and making sure people trust you. Okay. Right now, I was wrapping up the chat, the webinar. So if anybody got any questions, feel free to ask me right now. If you got any questions about starting your own tax preparation business, the actual course again will be out within the next couple of weeks. Right now, I just want to kind of just gain some traction, let everybody know what's going on, give you the potential about the business and everything, and also answer questions for you. We'll have the course coming out, also, actual one-on-one coaching, and also group coaching available with everything and stuff. It's going to be a great course again. I've been in the business 20 years, got a wealth of experience for you guys. But again, this is a process where I hold your hand through the whole process from getting it started, the operations, the marketing and everything, and also how to grow your business in particular. Okay. So I think it's a great opportunity, especially, even if you have been doing taxes. A lot of people, have been, doing people's taxes. They've, been a person in their family. They've knocked out 4 or 5, 10 people. They may get a little, money here and there and stuff like that. Let's change that $100 to $300, $400, $500. Let's change that. Let's change it. And if you have been charging $100 and you doing about 20 people taxes, and let's say half of them leaving, and now you're charging $300, you'll be making more money, or just as much, just with them half leaving, because you charge $300. Just think about that. You're doing less work, making more money. Trust me with that. Listen, I go through that whole thing with you and everything, because that's one of the biggest things people when they look at going on their own and doing their own thing. Hey, I don't want to lose people. I want to make people uncomfortable with that, and that comes down to really their confidence level themselves. If you know that you're bringing an asset, you're bringing value to that person, you ain't gonna compromise that. I got all these degrees on my wall and stuff like that. I paid for that, and I gotta get paid for it. And that's just straight up. If you've been studying and working hard to acquire these customers, you put all this information into you and also your employees and stuff, you're not gonna compromise that. You're not gonna compromise. It's gonna take you too long to get your money back. If you take care of people, you offer a good product or a good service, you're adding value to their life. That's the most important thing. You're adding value to their life. You're getting a good quality services. You need to charge accordingly. That's the number one reason why a lot of businesses out here, period, aren't doing it well, because people are just drastically undercharging them people. I'm not saying trying to get over on folks. I'm just saying play market. Why can't you charge what H&R Block and Jackson you would charge? Why not? Just as much as probably out of 5 people in that office, one person is a CPA, everybody else probably on the same knowledge level as you. One person maybe doing 2 years, majority of them probably their first or second year doing taxes. Why you shouldn't get paid just as much as they do? I don't see no reason why you can't. There's no way in the world you can justify me because they're a bigger business that been established, and it doesn't matter. Charge what they charge. Matter of fact, you can charge more, but charge what they charge. Don't be out here doing no tax for $50 or $75, 100. No, absolutely not. But again, these are things that we go through on the during the course. Exactly, how to charge, how to set your business up, how to market your business, how to do everything with your tax preparation business. So I want you guys, if anything comes to your mind later on, please just reach out to me. Most importantly, again, make sure you go down to the link, join the email list so we can keep you abreast of all the different information, the events, the products we got coming down the pipe. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll be doing, these live streams 2 or 3 times a week, pretty much giving out the same information, so we can catch different people at different times. But again, I appreciate the support. Make sure you go check out both my YouTube channels and Facebook page, Change the Life by yours truly, Deonte Burden, and also, Mr. Short Dollar, where we branching out the financial part of our business with this. Check out Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Also, check me out on Facebook. Make sure tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you tune in to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube and Facebook. Tomorrow's show, Why Do We Need Black Businesses? So subscribe to it. As always, we try to be live and interactive. So you got any questions, make sure you chime in and everything to the show. And also, subscribe to Change the Lives also. But please, 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 again, I want to reiterate, please join the email list. Hit on the link, the ClickFunnels link, go to the website, make sure you join the email list so we can keep you abreast of all the products and services we got coming down the pipe. Again, I want to tell you guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I appreciate all the love and support. Reach out to me if you got any questions later on. Take care, and I'll talk to you later.